Good morning, students. How are you all? Hope you all are fine at your home. Have you completed your notes? If not, please complete your notes. So, welcome back to ICT class. Before moving on to today's session, let me remind you what we have discussed in our previous class. Class we have discussed about next two activities. The first activity was inserting table to the slide. For that, go to insert option, select table. Then they will ask you to enter the required number of rows and columns. So enter the number of rows and columns to be inserted. And second activity was inserting chart to the slide. For that, select the slide, go to insert option, then select chart option. Then format the chart using the tools like data, table, chart type, chart area, then titles. So give the corresponding titles and click on OK. Thereby we can enter the chart. So these are the two activities which we have discussed in our previous class. Hope you all have remembered all those activities that we have completed in the previous class. In today's session, you will be able to learn about. In today's session, the learner will identify about the importance of giving animation and to learn about adding presentation files to the slide and also to learn about slide sorting. Let's start today's class with the last two activities in chapter 7, which are how to add presentation files to the slide, then slide sorting. So last two activities are remaining in chapter 7. So let's start today's class with the first topic, activity 7.8, how to add presentation files. So in your textbook, you can see activity 7.8, how to add presentation file. Here is the points to do this activity. So read this points. So how to do that presentation? For that, go to slide option. Here you can see insert slide from file. So what do you mean by adding presentation file? For example, I'll show this activity. After that, you will understand what is the use of this activity. So here is our prepared slide. We can add another presentation slides to this created one. For that, go to slide option, insert slide from file menu. This option, insert slide from file, so that our main home folder will get appear. From this home folder, select school resources, standard 9, presentation. Here you can see another presentation file which means present 2. So click on open. Click on OK. What will happen? Here if you scroll this bar, you can see another presentation. Like this, we can add another presentation to this created one. So this is mean by adding presentation file. So if you, for your exam, they will give you one presentation file and you have to make some changes in that presentation file, and they will not ask you to create a new one. They will provide you with that presentation. So that you have to click on slide option, insert slide from file menu. Then you have to click on that exam documents. In that exam documents, you can see the presentation. So click on this presentation and you have to open this presentation. So for your exam, they will give you the presentation slides. Your duty is to open that presentation file in this Impress software in this manner. So this is a created presentation. To this created one, another presentation got added. So this is activity 7.8, adding presentation file, another presentation file to the created one. So this is activity 7.8. Then in your textbook, you can see this corresponding box about slide pane. I have already mentioned what is slide pane. Slide pane means what? Here left side you can see the prepared slides. This is known as slide pane. There are several facilities in slide pane window. To know the facility, right click on the slide pane. Here you can see cut option, copy, paste, new slide option, duplicate slide. We can create a duplicate one according to this particular slide. We can delete this slide. Here we can see layout option. From this layout option, we can select any slide, new slide. Then properties option, hide slide, rename slide, navigate option, move option, etc. So several facilities are available in the slide pane, which is described in your textbook in this corresponding box. So read this box. What are the facilities available in the slide pane? We can select a slide, copy paste, adding new slide, delete a slide, rename, arranging and hide the slide. So this is activity 7.8, and now we are moving to last two sections. One is animation. Here you can see how to give animation to the slide, and last and final activity slide sorting. So how to give animation? I'll show how to give animation. Giving animation is easy. You have already studied this in previous year. How to give animation? So for giving animation, select the corresponding sentences. Select the corresponding object or select the corresponding picture, anything, text, anything. So select the object. In the sidebar, here in the sidebar, you can see the animation icon. One purple color animation icon. So click on this animation icon. Then what you have to do? You have already studied this in 8th standard. Here you can see one plus button. So click on this plus button, so that a selected text got appeared here. From this options, a lot of animation effects are there. From this option, you can select any one, any animation effect you can select from this box. So thereby we can provide animation to the slide or text. Okay. Then next we can provide animation to this table. So I'm going to provide animation to this table. So select this table. After that, go to this animation option. Then what we have to do? Click on this plus button. After that, select any animation effect. See, we can select any animation effect from this box. So this is animation providing to a particular object. And here you can see another option called slide transition. This is not described in your textbook, but I'll show what is the difference between slide transition and animation. Slide transition means giving transition or effect to the slides, and animation means giving effect to some particular objects or image or text. So I am going to provide slide transition to this corresponding second slide. So click on the slide transition option, and from this we can select slide transition effect. See, and for the next slide I am going to select another transition. For this slide, fourth slide, I am going to select another transition. See, these are all transitions to the slides. But animation means what? Giving effect to some particular object. For example, to this table, then to this text. So like that, to particular objects we are providing some effects, which is known as animation, and giving effects to the slides are known as slide transition. And after doing every activity, we can view it as a presentation. For that, go to slideshow option, then click on start from first slide option. Start from first slide. Using arrow key, we can control the slide using arrow key or space button. See the transition to the slide. This is called as animation. Animation to a particular text. See, this is slide transition. This is animation. So animation means to a particular object, whereas transition means to the entire slide. Hope you all have understood about the difference between animation and slide transition. Then, for ending this presentation, click on escape button in the keyboard. So here is the activity, small activity, giving animation. Animation only described in your textbook, but I just show what is slide transition. And we are moving to last and final activity in this chapter, which is slide sorting. Slide sorting means what? We can arrange the position of the slides. How can you change the arrangement of the slide? How to change? Click on slide sorter. Slide sorter window from view menu. From this view menu, click on slide sorter. Two methods are there. I'll show the first method, view slide sorter, so that we can see every slides in one window. Just click and drag and arrange the slides to the corresponding position. For example, I want to make the sixth slide as second one. Just click and drag this sixth slide and just move the slide to second place. Like this we can move the slides to the second place. Like this we can arrange any slides to any position. So this is known as slide sorter. Drag the slide which you want to change the position and drop in it in the correct position. So like this we can arrange the slides to any position. So this is known as slide sorter. After that, go back to the previous one by clicking on view option. Click on normal option. So it will take us to the previous method. So this is last and final activity. Either you can click on this view option, slide sorter, or here in the slide pane, just click and drag the slide to the correct position. Like this we can arrange. Just click and drag this fourth slide to the third position, fifth slide to the fourth position. Like this. I want to arrange the sixth slide to fourth position. So just click and drag the slide like this. Either you can click and drag in the slide pane or just go to view option, slide sorter option. So this is last and final activities in chapter 7. Here comes an end to chapter 7. One is how to add presentation file. For that, go to slide option, insert slide from file menu. Then we have discussed about animation and slide transition. Animation means giving some effect to a particular object like text, image, etc. Slide transition means we are providing some effects to slides. This is what known as slide transition and animation. And the final topic was slide sorting. So two methods are there. Slide sorting means we can arrange the position of slide. We can make some arrangement in the slides. Either you can click and drag a particular slide to the corresponding position, or just go to view option, select slide sorter menu. So here comes an end to 7th chapter. I am not showing any examples or activities related to 7th chapter. It's because each and every activity that will ask for your exam will be just same as the activities that I have described in your textbook. So I am not showing any example. Each and every activity are important. The corresponding activities which is described in your textbook will be asked for your exam. So study every activity. 8 activities are there. So 9 activities are there. So study 9 activities that will come for your exam. So I am not showing any examples related to this chapter. Okay. So now I am going to summarize this chapter so that you can memorize the activities that we have discussed in chapter 7. While I am summarizing the chapter, read your textbook and memorize the activities that we have completed in the 7th chapter. So hope you all have understood about each and every activity in this 7th chapter. Let's summarize chapter 7. In chapter 7, we have discussed about 9 activities related to Impress software, which means making presentation. First activity was activity 7.1, selecting a template. Here there is an option for selecting master slide. For that, if you open LibreOffice Impress software, they will ask you to select the master slide, or in the sidebar you can see the master slide icon. From that, select the master slide, so that it will get applied to every slide. So this was first activity. Second activity, we have included one picture and we have arranged that picture behind the text. For including the picture, go to insert option, insert menu, select image option, then open a corresponding image from school resources folder. Then how to arrange that image behind the text? Go to format option, select arrange option, then select send to back. Either you can do this procedure or just right click on that image, select arrange option, send to back. And third activity was including a video. For that, either you can select the corresponding symbol of audio or video from the toolbar, or go to insert menu, select audio or video, then they will take us to the home page. From that, school resources standard 9, open one video. We have opened one video related to global warming. So select that video, then click on OK button. So this is the third activity. Then fourth activity was providing interaction. Providing interaction means we can provide interaction so that they will take us to next slide, or we can exit the presentation, or we can move to the previous slide, or we can browse for a document. So several options are there. For providing interaction, select the corresponding object like image, video, etc. Then go to format menu, select interaction option. Then a window will pop up. There you can see one icon called action at mouse click. If you click on that drop down icon, you can see a lot of options like go to first slide, go to previous slide, go to next slide, exit presentation, etc. So select the corresponding one. We have selected go to document option so that we can browse for a particular document. Then click on OK. So that if you click on that corresponding picture or object, it will take us to that particular object. So this is providing interaction. And fifth activity was one important activity, providing hyperlink to the slides. How to give hyperlink? Select the corresponding heading or word. We have selected global warming. Then go to insert menu, select hyperlink option. There you can see one pop-up window. From that window, there is a place to enter URL address, which is known as target box. So in that target box, type the web page address, which means that URL address. Here we have entered the URL address of Wikipedia related to global warming. So enter the URL address, and the text you have selected will appear in the text box. And that text, here we have selected global warming text. So that text is known as markup text. So this is next activity, activity 7.5. And sixth activity was inserting table. It was one easy activity. So how to insert a table? From that name itself, go to insert menu, select table, enter the required number of rows and columns, then click on OK button. So thereby we can include a table to the slides. Then seventh activity was activity inserting a chart to the slide. So go to insert option, chart, then format the chart using the tool. There we can enter the data, chart type, data table. Then we can provide background color, we can enter the details, etc. Then last two activities. Activity 7.8 was adding presentation files, which means we can add another presentation file to the created one. For that, go to slide menu, select insert slide from file option, then select the suitable presentation file from school resources folder, then click on open button. Then last and final activity was slide sorting. We can arrange the position of slide. Either you can click and drag on the slide in the slide pane, or go to view menu, slide sorter option. There you can see every slide in that presentation. We can drag the slide to the correct position. So these are the 9 important activities in chapter 7. Every activity are important. Every activity will ask for your exam. So you don't skip any activity. Study 9 activities from this chapter. I am not showing an example because each and every activity are important. So the question will be same as that of the activities which you have discussed or described in chapter 7. So this is chapter 7. Here comes an end to chapter 7. From next class onwards, we will start a new chapter. So that's all for today. Try to do all these activities if you have computers in your home. If you have any doubts, you can contact me. From next class onwards, we'll start new chapter. So that's all for today. We'll continue in the next class. Thank you and have a nice day.